is Zolaykha Sherzad. I'm born in Afghanistan, moved to Europe in Switzerland at the age of 10. I have come back to Afghanistan in 2000 during the Taliban to help from schools, education in Ghazni province. Then since 2001, I have been back and forth. I counter a group of artisans, mainly women who are doing some candle making or embroidery work. I saw the potential of the craftsmen, from embroidery work to the woodwork to the textile, and I felt I could do more in that field. I did a one-year degree program at FIT in New York. I just wanted to do something which was more personal, more direct with people, and that's the main reason I started doing Zarif. Zarif means fine, precious. Started with 8 women and 1 master tailor, and now we're about 52 people, mainly women, 60%. I'm the designer and the director. I've been living in Afghanistan for a couple of years while the situation was safer. And since I have children, it is more difficult in terms of education, safety. I am back in New York, so I come back and forth supporting this company. I think for me, what is important is I have a team here that is working, that are trained or doing the tailoring. Sarah is the supervisor. I have a manager. What I do is, in fact, maybe a little bit influenced by my architecture background, more clean cut, very simple. I have just 1 button. It's very minimum. There's some asymmetry, but at the same time, I play with geometry. There's a lot of shapes that are mirroring each other. There's a lot of, I would say, play between inside, outside. The outside being very rigid and then the inside being very flowery. Being inspired by the traditional elements that is there from the woodwork. I use the woodwork kind of designs, bring it back to the embroidery. So I think crossing different art, calligraphy, for example, that is something that I was always inspired, and I brought that to my collection, to some scarves. So finding places where we can use what is there, reviving it. My main market, in fact, is Kabul right now. I have a group of people that are looking at wearing something that is not Chinese or Pakistani. What you find on the market in Afghanistan, there's a local market which is quite cheap. The material is synthetic. There is no need of ironing. There is very simple, but it's not Afghan. And I think it's quite difficult to do Afghan because it requires more work. It's silk, and the prices are quite higher. So it brings me to a more international community or Afghan expat that have the means, who can purchase a jacket that represents their country, but at the same time that they can wear on any occasion. I do trunk shows in the West. I don't have a store specifically in the West, but I represent my collection within a frame that is broader than just the fashion, by bringing artists, showcasing some filmmaker, photographer. And I think it's important, again, those events that I do in the West as much is to help back the company, but it's also bring an image that is more positive about Afghanistan in the West. I have great hopes for Afghanistan, despite the situation that has been this last few years deteriorating. I think I'm a believer that we can always make a difference, we can change. I feel passionate about this place because I come from Afghanistan, but also about the people that are, for me, my people, but at the same time exceptional people that have endured so many years of war, and I see in their eyes still the hope to pursue every day, go back to work despite the situation. I think I'm inspired by Afghanistan. Afghanistan gives me an inspiration to see beyond, to be able to live beyond all the fear, beyond the situation that is complex. I feel like I was missing this human part, this humanity that you have here. There is a compassion. Yeah, I work with a group of people that we eat together, we work together, we share the same hope for this country.